Family, peace and love, and welcome back to the Rise with Zainab YouTube channel. I hope this video finds you feeling incredibly amazing. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and I thank you for being here. You want to come in the video? You want to lay down? Yeah, lay down. Today's video, I actually want to talk to you about how I turned my last $4 into 6 figures. It was this little girl right here that inspired me. It all started when I got fired from my dream job. I was a flight attendant for the best airline in the world, and I ended up getting fired. I got fired for something that was way out of my control, and it was one of those experiences where it's like, this ain't nothing but God. Like, can't explain this. There's nothing I can do about it. And yeah, this is nothing but God. You itching? Okay, I'll scratch your leg for you. I didn't have a plan B because I didn't see it coming, and it was my lifelong dream to be a Delta flight attendant, so of course I didn't have a plan B. Like, plan A was to be a flight attendant with the top airline in the world. When I got fired, I was extremely distraught, and I didn't know what to do, so I did what I knew to do, is to go into prayer, is to surrender, is to isolate, and to really go deep within myself to figure out what's the next step. Got super clear with my goals. I made a lot of changes in my personal life. I stopped drinking. I stopped doing all the things that were not in my highest and best interest. I changed my diet completely, and I just wanted to be as clear as I could possibly be to process what I was experiencing, and also to have the clarity to take the next best step. That's something that I don't think I would have been able to do as easily if I was still working at the airline. Cleansing and changing your lifestyle is amazing, but for me, the reality is, like, it wasn't paying my bills. So I still had a car note, I still had rent, I still had electricity, I still had all the things. And so I'm like, okay, I need to figure out what can I do to generate some income? So I started serving and driving for Uber. And this was good, this was lucrative, and it was great. And it probably would have been something that I would have still been doing today had I not found out I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant in October 2021. And I was like, oh God, like, this ain't the type of life I want. Like, working these long hours and having double shifts. Like, when my daughter is born, what does that look like for her? I never thought about having kids prior to finding out that I was pregnant, but I knew that that's not what motherhood looked like for me. Like, me dropping my baby off and going to work all day long and then come, not my story. So I got crystal clear on the type of life I wanted for myself and for my daughter. I got crystal clear on the minimum amount of money I wanted to make every single month. I got crystal clear on where I wanted to raise my baby. And I was like, this is what it is. I'm setting my intentions, and I'm gonna say no to everything that is not in alignment with this. And hey, yeah, they say ask and you shall receive, right? Started praying and just visualizing what I wanted for myself, what I wanted for my daughter. I thought that the ticket was gonna be, you know, being able to leverage my credit to make some things shake, but I got it was a quick wake-up call for me, because when I went to apply for certain things, it was like denied. I'm like, how? Oh y'all, I looked at my credit and I was like, now what? My credit score was like a 425. I didn't even know credit could get that low. I'm like, dang, how the heck did I neglect this? So now I'm feeling all irresponsible, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, if it's not one thing, it's another. But I had to check myself. I had to remind myself, everything is always happening exactly how it's supposed to happen. I had to check myself. You are right where you're supposed to be. So I just accepted what I needed, and I was like, all right, so what next? I needed to get my credit together. With those jobs, I started studying. I was studying for like 16 hours a day, and I started to learn as much as I could for free about credit, and I started applying these processes. Now, y'all, in a matter of weeks, I was seeing my score go up. So I started sharing this with my friends and my family. And one day my auntie was like, you know you can charge for this, right? And I was like, no, I cannot charge for freedom. Freedom is free. And I had a really hard time even processing the idea of charging for something that's readily accessible on social media, readily accessible on YouTube, like in the libraries. I could not put a price tag on that. And it was one day I looked at my bank account and I had $4.49 to my name. And I was like, ooh, this ain't gonna cut it. Something gotta shake. Something has to shake. And this was in January 2021. Mind you, my baby is due in like 3 months at this point. 3-4 months, and I'm like, all right, something gotta shake. So I had $4.49 in my name, and I just got a bright idea to create to publish this ebook I had put together on Canva and sell it for $50. And though that $50 ebook turned into $125,000 in 7 months. 7 months. I had no previous experience writing any books. I had no previous experience selling anything online. I really had no experience as an entrepreneur. Like the first couple of sales that I got, it was through Cash App. And I was emailing the people the ebook, and somebody was like, yeah, you can't do that. That's not that professional. And I was like, okay. So someone put me up on Stripe, explaining what Stripe was to me. I started, studying that payment processing system, and I was able to automate the process and create more of a professional online presence. But y'all, I didn't know what I was doing. All I knew is that I had success achieving my desired credit scores, and I can share the process with you. And because my aunt was like, you can charge for this, and because I had $4.49 to my name, I was like, what the hell? Like, might as well. So like I said, I sold it for $50. I sold it on Facebook. Some of the people that I worked with at the restaurant, I text them like, hey, I got this ebook now. If you're interested in, changing your credit situation, here's the link. And, the rest was history. Turned a $50 ebook into $125,000. Just my free Canva subscription. I created the book using a template that I liked a lot on Canva. I then sold the book. I uploaded the book as a PDF download, and I talked about it on Facebook. I started talking about it on Instagram. Other people outside of social media were talking about it, and people started to download my ebook and pay me $50 for it. I'm seeing the benefit of having a digital product, so I decided to commit to diving deeper into the online space and understanding digital marketing. And we just evolved, and we continue to evolve. And I've helped so many people now build their own courses and build their own online communities and write their own ebooks. And I find great joy in doing that because it's evergreen. You create it one time and it continues to generate income for you. So I love it. I love it. And I love when, for example, just yesterday, one of my clients got her first sale, and she was like crying. And mind you, we created this product two or 3 weeks ago, and so the product is done, it's there, and yesterday you got a sale, and she didn't have to do anything but say thank you, God. So it's like, wow, like this is really a thing. You create a product one time and you can passively generate income from that. With that being said, I had no idea that me getting my credit together was going to lead me into a 6-figure business. No idea. That was not at all anything that ever crossed my mind. All of my services that I offer is an extension of my personal experience. So I have the 7 Ways in 7 Days workshop, which is the 7 means of online income that I have for myself, but I show you exactly how to create 7 streams of income for yourself. It's proven strategies that work. Proven strategies that work, okay? So I want to thank you for tuning in to today's video. I hope I provided some clarity around how I was able to generate $125,000 from a $50 ebook with less than $5 to my name, okay? If I can do it, so can you. All right, y'all. See you in my next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.